So the next thing we're taking a look at is how alkenes undergo electrophilic addition reactions. I'll talk about electrophiles and I'll talk about alkenes. Here you see is the most simplest alkenes. The most simplest alkene is ethene, C2H4. Remember, this is C2H4. And when you see a double bond, what you must realize is it's a sigma bond and a pi bond above and below. You know, I mean, you can draw it like this. There are many ways we've seen it. I'll show you another diagram. This is another way to represent what I've drawn here. Between the two C's, there is a sigma bond, one area of electron charge, and the pi bond has two more electrons, but they're above and below. Okay, and these bonds are drawn in a way that they're sticking out of the screen and sticking into the screen. And why this is important is because when you have bonds like this, okay, I'll show a nicer looking image of this right now. So around the carbon-carbon atom, so this is a sigma bond right here, and I don't care about everything else. Those things don't matter to me, the H's. So they're there. So if you're wondering, the H's are somewhere there, you know, on this flat plane. It's like a flat plane, and above and below is your pi bond. And this is important because what you start realizing is that the double bond is like a flat in the middle. You see that it's almost like horizontal. It's trigonal planar. The plane is on the screen. So on this line is the bonds like this. And above and below the bond, above and below the whole plane, you got a pi bond. And a pi bond has one electron on top and one at the bottom maybe. But it's a cloud of negative charge above and below the sigma bond. It's exposed. And because it's exposed, it can be approached by positive charges. And we call the positive guys electrophiles. So that's the electrophile. The positive fellow is your electrophile. Now, because it's trigonal planar and all the bonds in the middle are in this plane and easier access from above and below, that's why they can react so easily, because they had this. And electrophiles tend to be in a form where you have things like this. We can have a molecule like AB, where this is polar and one side is positive and one side is negative. And what happens is the positive side gets attracted to this negative region. And that's how the reactions end up starting. Okay, and they can approach from below or above this bond. Let me show you how. Now first I will take HBr. It is the same fellow we had reacting with an alkene. And the HBr, the H side is positive and the Br side is negative. Now here I've taken the same molecule, the H atom and the Br atom, color coded. The blue is H and the magenta is bromine, and the H is partial positive and the bromine is partial negative. And this fellow is supposed to approach my alkene right here. And what you realize is that because the pi bond will get attacked, it's the H that ends up attacking it. So it's this end that ends up attacking the pi bond. Okay, this fellow is what attacks. And let me show that to you. Sorry. So here is the diagram on the right. You got the sigma bond and the pi bond, and this electrophile approaches the pi bond from the top. That's the key right here. It approaches it from the top, and it attacks this pi bond from here, an easier access. And you might say, well, what does attack mean? Well, there are electrons here, and this plus charge is basically what we know, it's deficient in electrons. A partial positive means that. So we have a fellow that wants electrons and we have a pi bond that has electrons. If you had to guess how the reaction takes place, if you had to guess, because I'm telling you there's a reaction. So if you had to guess, in chemistry a reaction is exchanging of electrons or sharing electrons. Remember, covalent bonding, and especially in organic chemistry is all about sharing. So we have a fellow that needs electrons and we have a bond that has electrons. And what happens here, the guy that has electrons says, here, take my electrons. And that's literally what happens. The pi bond becomes a supplier of electrons to the electrophile. Now we have HBr as an electrophile. We can also see other electrophiles going forward. They can be bromine plus ion as an electrophile. You can also have NO2 plus ions as an electrophile, Cl plus as electrophiles. CH3 plus, but these are all that you'll come across in second year chemistry. In first year, you're going to be focusing on HBr and BRBr, which might be neutral, but because you have done instantaneous dipoles and induced dipoles, even a non-polar can have induced dipoles. And the induced dipoles ends up becoming your electrophile, that end of the molecule. So electrophiles can have partial plus or full plus charges, and they will attack your carbon, the double bond where the pi bond is. And our job is to actually show you right now how this happens. But this will happen everywhere you have a carbon-carbon double bond, okay? So let's talk about the reaction now with this HBr or BRBr fellow. So I'll take the easier one, that's more easier. So we'll do the BRBr first, okay? And then we'll talk about that, okay? So the reaction we are taking a look at is the simplest one, taking the ethene molecule C2H4 and adding 2 bromines to it, okay? And it becomes CH2, and the bromine on the right gets, the carbon on the right gets a bromine, and on the left gets a bromine. And this is the reaction we're going to take a look at, okay, in detail. Now here, to explain this, it'll be nicer if I draw dot and cross diagrams, okay? So if I have C2H4, I'll make circles, okay? So this is C, and I'll duplicate that for C, duplicate, come on, duplicate, yeah. So C2H4, right? So I'm going to make 4 H's also. And mind you, they might look, okay, no, okay, yeah, there you go. No, I need a circle. Okay, so I'll take 4 H's, I'll put one right there. And I'll duplicate another one, put one right there, duplicate, put one right there, and duplicate. Come on, sorry, I want you to see the process I'm taking so it's, you can follow. So here I'm going to make CH4. So I've got carbons in the middle and I've got H's right there, and the carbons make a double bond, so the 2 carbons are dots and crosses. See, so the left carbon is crosses, for example, and the right carbon is dots, and hydrogen are just white dots, if I may. So, you know, you have that. So I have the dots, and this is a double bond, you see. So carbon has, the left carbon has 4 crosses, 1, 2, 3, 4. The right carbon has 4 dots, purple, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hydrogens have 1 dot each. And what happens is this fellow is going to break this pi bond right there and have BRs come into play, and that's the game, okay? Now when you have this fellow, and remember the actuality was the sigma and pi bond. So if I go on top to show you that, and I'll take that fellow again, 1 second. So I will take that and I will copy that and bring it down right here.
Quick pause. If you're finding value in this explanation, there's so much more to discover at Alt Academy, where we break down every A-level concept with the same clarity. Now back to the video lesson.
And then I'll go back to the molecule on top, okay? So the idea was that this is my molecule, that the way I have drawn it right here. You got the CC double bond right here. So you got 1 dot and cross in the middle, okay? And 1 dot and cross above and below. So that's the sigma bond and that's the pi bond. And then you got the 4 H's here, 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 and here. But we don't care about those 4. We care about this fellow. So, and as what happens is the reaction is with bromine. So Br is this fellow, Br2, which means is bromine bonded to bromine. And when they're bonded, the electrons they have are shared equally in the center. But what happens is, as the bromine molecule, so let's say bromine is coming from below. Now this is, by the way, happening in air. You got molecules moving around and things are happening, right? So as this is far away from the original molecule, the electrons are shared equal between the 2 bromines and is non-polar. But as time passes, and you might say, Bilal, okay, as this gets closer and closer and closer and closer to this fellow, something starts to happen, because this blue cloud has a charge. You can guess the charge of the blue cloud. The blue cloud is negative. And when it's negative, what do you think it'll do to the electrons right here? The electrons get repelled. The electrons are repelled towards the bottom. And when they are repelled towards the bottom, this happens. You see, they move down towards the bottom BR. And when they get repelled towards the bottom BR, which of the two BRs now has more electrons? It's the bottom BR. And if it does, that fellow gets an induced partial negative charge. The similar kind of induction that was taking place when we did London forces or instantaneous induced dipoles. So as bromine, which is a neutral molecule, approaches the pi bond, it gets partial positive, partial negative. And then that's where the beauty comes in, because now this fellow is now going to say, hey, I want these electrons. So what happens is I will literally take the fellow right I just drew right there, and I will, okay, 1 second, I need some more space. So I'll move this a little down and say, okay, so in the same, okay, I just need you to see both of them. So here I'll put the bromine. So now I'll make the bromine here in white to make it easier. So when you have the bromine molecule, now exam, you don't have to explain all of this. Don't worry, I'll tell you what to do for the exam later. But as this bromine molecule approaches, the top part of this bromine molecule is positive, the bottom part is negative, which means the top part wants electrons. And it says to this fellow, the carbon-carbon double bond, hey, you have this pair of electrons, I need to have it. So think about what happens here. And this happens all at the same time. All at the same time. For the bromine, and I will not use the word this, I will actually color it. So the bromine that I'm going to color, let's say blue. So the bromine I've colored blue is wanting the electrons that I've highlighted. But if it wants those electrons, it cannot have two bonds, so it'll have to break this bond. So what happens is this, and I will leave this part on the left, and I will duplicate this part so that you guys can see what's going to happen. Okay. So what's going to happen is this bromine says, hey, I want those electrons. So the electrons get out of the system of the bond, they're removed, but then they don't go this way, that one carbon gets a cross, one gets a dot. It can't happen because bromine needs both electrons. So bromine says, I want both, and I'll make a deal. You share the 2 electrons with me, any of the 2 carbons. So what happens is, let's say maybe the left carbon says, you know what, I'll keep the 2 electrons, the ones that are highlighted here, these ones. I'll keep the 2 electrons, which means the carbon on the right suddenly has lost its electron. So it gets a positive charge. And the bromine says, you know what, now give me the electrons. So what bromine does is, it breaks the bond. If I can show it. It breaks the bond in between. The bottom bromine moves out of the system. The top bromine goes to this carbon and says, you know what, let's share our electrons now. So the carbon shares the electron with bromine, and that becomes a new bond like this. Now, I have made a bigger molecule, so, come on. How do I, yes, I can make it a smaller one right there. Okay. So that's what happens. And no longer is the bromine positive. Bromine has now shared the electron. So now bromine has made a new bond. So you went from here, and so if I take this now, and I'll show you, I'll duplicate this and I'll copy this. Come on, copy. And I'll do this at the bottom. Oh no, paste. Okay, there you go. So for example, what I have drawn on the left initially was this carbon, double bond carbon, and you had the 4 hydrogens, hydrogen, and you had the blue bromine attack with the white together, and one was negative, one was positive. And what's happening is that the bromine is saying, give me your electrons. In organic chemistry, we show the electrons being swapped as a curly arrow like this. Like that. And at the same time, the bottom bond has to break. So that bond breaks from the middle and one goes here. So what I had shown you here, this part, breaking up and this combining happens right here. So what I've shown you on the right here is this. So you had the carbon, but it no longer has a pi bond, because the carbons, these are the hydrogens. And then the left carbon bonds with the blue bromine. So that's where the blue bromine comes in. The right carbon has lost its electron, so it gets a positive charge because it no longer has its own electron. And the bromine at the bottom, the white one, is now a separate ion. And because it had its own electron and one electron from the other bromine, which I should have actually done separately as a dot. So there's a cross and a dot, one for the white bromine, one for the blue, but now it has an extra electron, so it becomes a negative ion. So this is what's happening. Let me repeat. The pi bonds, electrons break up. They are taken over by one of the two carbons, who then shares that with bromine. So they went to the left carbon, and the left carbon shared that with the blue bromine, and the blue bromine can now break off from the bond, and the white bromine gets both the electrons, one of itself and one of the blue bromines. And the blue bromine is now part of the organic compound like this. And that's the first stage. And you can very well guess what's the second stage. What's the second part of the reaction? Because now you have a positive guy and you have a negative guy. In organic chemistry, you don't want a positive and negative. You want covalent bonding. So what happens is, the negative guy says, you know what? You're looking for electrons. I've got electrons. Let me share them with you. So literally, that's what happens. So this bromine moves from there all the way here, and now it shares its electrons with this fellow. And says, you know what? You can have mine. And now these two share the dot and cross. Which in organic chemistry, we don't draw these dot and crosses. You will see them in all the books drawn the way I've drawn the bottom one. But I drew the dot and cross on top so that you can recognize that from your earlier exams. But again, you will never have to write the ones on top. The one I'm doing in the bottom is how you show the whole mechanism in the exam. Is that you had first added the Br, so that's the Br. And now this white lone pair goes right here. Again, we use curly arrows to show what's happening. So electrons from there go to this. And now that makes a bond. So first the blue bromine comes in, and now the second bromine comes in. And this is two-step. First step, second step. And this is an intermediate stage. And you'll realize in organic chemistry, just like if you remember propagation for free radical substitution, all reactions will be in two steps. Here, two steps. Free radical substitution, propagation, two steps. And this is electrophilic addition, two steps. The first step starts the reaction, you make an intermediate, and then the intermediate becomes this. Now, the intermediate is a positive guy, and we give it a type. It's called a carbocation, because it's a cation. But it's not a stable cation like your metal cations, like sodium is a stable cation. Carbocations are reactive, unstable species. That's why the moment they are made, they form something else like here. That's the first of the electrophilic addition reaction mechanisms you'll see. So you add the two bromines, and then they make up these bonds. And the intermediate is called a carbocation, and you go from an alkene to an alkane. Now, obviously, this is one reaction mechanism. We'll show this for electrophilic addition of HBr also to you. And then, but for the exams, you'll have to be able to draw this whole part out like this. Okay? But yeah, so this is one. I'll do more of these so that it'll solidify in your head. Okay, this was the first one, then I'll do the second one. Okay? But this is just an introduction to electrophilic addition. This one was with bromine. All right?
Hey there. If you found this A-level chemistry lesson helpful, why don't you head over to our website, altacademy.org, where you can sign up for the full A-level chemistry course. In addition to chemistry, you can sign up for physics, biology, math, or 4 other A-level subjects. Thousands of students have already taken the leap. What are you waiting for?